Hello, I'm here today to talk about pre-tutorial 3. Today is 19 February, 9:51 a.m. I'm still kind of sleepy, so this is my morning coffee. Anyway, many of you are very confused by the assignment, so I thought I would explain a couple of things, especially the thing about ad hoc rules. So, what on earth is this ad hoc rules and why am I so against it? And why does pre-tutorial 3 seem to be so difficult? So now let me explain what what goes on. Because you see, most of you can do quiz 6, no problem. So you understand greedy method, but where does the problem arise? The problem arises when you start to do the Excel worksheet and then you realize, alamak, late. Then what's the company name? I late, you die, right? So you late, then I late, you die, then you stress, right? Or you panic. What's that meme? Panic, right? Now, here's the thing, I want you to understand, like I already put in big bold words in red. There's no 100% perfect solution. But I think but I think many of you still don't quite get that point. So I want to say we are not here to save the world. Just basically all I want you to do is just play around with the greedy method. Yeah, see the solution, the imperfect solution, and just comment on it. No penalty. Yeah, I'm not going to penalize you for getting so many late. I'm not going to penalize you if Safe Petrol does her algorithm does better than you. Okay, my concern is what's more important for me is that you actually try the greedy method. Now, the most important learning exercise for this pre-tutorial 3 is your ability to evaluate. Okay, because I tell you, all the engineers, all the computing people, they all can come up with solutions, okay? But very few people know how to evaluate the limitations of algorithms. And now I can tell you, all the people at the top, policy makers, decision makers and stuff like that, that's what they need. They don't want a person to come and say, my solution very good. No, because every solution is always imperfect. There is no 100% perfect solution. So what the policymakers are more, what they really want is, how do I spot blind spots? How do I spot limitations? Now, I tell you, this is very important, and this will really put you above the computing and engineering people. And I'm saying this because, in case you don't know, I'm teaching three modules simultaneously right now. Okay, and one of the modules, DMA 1401PH, is a internship module. Basically, I take students that got A for GET and I throw them into the deep end to do an internship. Yeah, and I actually reach out to the companies and I say, I have FASS people, but they are trained by me, and I vouch for them. I stand by them that they're excellent students. And so now middle of the semester, the feedback come in. One of them, the feedback really means a lot to me, because this is a company that does data analytics, and they only hire computer science graduates. And so they're saying that, the FASS people that you gave us, they are performing even better than the computer science people. Okay, this is why I want to train you on this. Understand the limitations. Now, this difficulty that you face, no matter how you optimize, still got people die, still got people late, right? This is a real struggle in policy making. And how you optimize, always you cannot win. You cannot win 100%. So don't stress over the fact that you cannot win. Okay. Now, why does the assignment become more difficult than it should be? Okay. All I want you to do is just come up with a greedy rule and then move on to evaluate. But the difficulty is, you see, so many late. You cannot live with yourself, right? So then what happens? Then people start to make tweaks to the greedy rule, and the more you do that, the more you try to fix your solution, the less greedy it becomes. Now, what's the challenge? The challenge is because I don't want you to fix the thing. You fix the thing, it stops becoming a greedy solution. Yeah. So what is greedy? Just to reiterate, what is a greedy rule? A greedy rule is basically a simple rule, systematic rule, using heuristics like biggest, smallest, longest, shortest, most, least. This words like that. Okay. So it says, go to the nearest hospital. Load packages meant for the nearest hospital. Load the biggest item. These are the things. These are the things that you want to pay attention to. You don't just say load packages. Load what packages, right? You need to be very precise. The biggest, the smallest, go where? The furthest, the nearest. These kind of things. So you need to pay attention to that. Okay. Now, so what are the ad hoc conditions? What are the ad hoc things that I will say I don't want you to do? Ad hoc things will be stuff like, oh, you suddenly break your rule and like let's say the first time, the first trip you do, okay, you follow the rule. Second trip you do, you follow the rule. Third trip you do, hey, I don't like this. Actually, yeah, I can just swap some items. You do that, you break the greedy rule. Okay, so that is one ad hoc that is a no-no. Okay, second ad hoc that's a no-no is when you anyhow use if to play around. Of course, there's some nuance here, and I understand from clinic sessions how students are confused, because in the lecture videos, I do use if, right? So when is an if okay? When is an if not okay? So let me explain. You have constraints. Some problems have inherent constraints. Like a day has 24 hours, the lorry can only take a max of 10 units. That is an inherent constraint. So you cannot. So you need the if to say, yeah, if you can fit more things into the lorry, if it fits into the lorry, then you load it, right? If cannot, you cannot just overstuff the lorry, right? Doesn't work that way, right? So you use if for the constraints. Of course, if you watch lecture 6, I also did this thing where what was the problem? We at first we do the greedy solution, then we see, oh, I can I get a solution where I eat, then I walk. Doesn't make sense to keep eating, right? So just to make the solution more sensible, so I eat, then I walk, I eat, then I walk. But notice this, I don't break the greedy method, because it's just saying, do I allocate, should I be allocating this thing, yes or no? Now, what are some students doing as ad hoc rules that break the greedy method? For example, some students say, if late die already, then give low priority lah. So what they say, if the package is already late, then don't load. Then like that, what happens? Then you are saying, if you can greedy, if you can do the greedy, then you do the greedy. If you cannot, then you break the greedy rule, right? So I know it's systematic because it's in the algorithm, but it stops being greedy because the algorithm is saying sometimes I'll be greedy, sometimes I don't be greedy. Or like some students, another example, they will say, oh, if you go to the hospital and there are other things that's destined for the hospital, then you load it lah. Now, nuance here, if your rule says load stuff destined for the same hospital, that's okay. Okay, prioritize things for destined for the same hospital, that's okay. But if that is not in your rule at all, then you suddenly put one, if you're going to this hospital and there are other things in there, then that is an ad hoc rule, because you are breaking whatever things that you are doing in your greedy rule. Okay, so this is what I mean by don't put in all these ad hoc things. Don't try to save the world. Even in reality, we try to make things slightly better only. Okay, so that is what I mean by the ad hoc stuff. Alright. Now, one important point that I want to make over here is I know some combinations of optimization objectives will result in an outcome that doesn't perform as well as Miss Save Petrol's greedy rule. That's okay, don't panic, don't freak out. What's more, just go ahead and do it. Like I say, no penalty. I don't really care what your greedy rule is. It's just I want to see you can do the greedy rule, but more important is your evaluation. So more important is your ability to identify the limitations. So you can say under what, because no such thing as an algorithm that is perfect. No such thing as an algorithm that is 100% always good, right? So that means there are scenarios where whereas Miss Save Petrol's algorithm will do better. There are some scenarios where your algorithm will do better. What I want is, can you identify those scenarios? So if you know how to do this, then you have that big awareness, big brain awareness that will really help you go further than the computing people and the engineering people. Okay, get so anything you're still confused with, don't be afraid to reach out to me lah. But I hope this helps to explain. This is clearer, and please don't panic. We're not here to save the world. So late law, what to do, right? We can't always save the world. This is the frustration of policy makers and decision makers lah. We always want the best, but real world situations, real world limitations, we cannot have the best. So that is the thing lah. Okay, so I hope this helps. So I wish you all the best. See you. Bye bye.